Hey everyone, I've had some requests for an instructional video on how I play Jim Croce's lever cross finger style, so I'm going to try to give it a go here. We'll break it down into 4 parts: the introduction, the verses, the chorus, and the ending. Okay? The introduction goes in F. Alright, you're starting out on the F, and you're picking the root note and the high E string on it. Okay? Then you work your way up the other 2 strings, drop down to the E with your root, and then you hammer onto the F, and then pick up the open B. Then it's an A minor, and you work your way up all the strings. Okay, that part there, you're dropping to an F sharp on the root, and you're going up to a D with your pinky here, and you drop it back off. In between there, I do a lot of that index finger grabbing an open note wherever I can. It fills the song out a lot more. So that one I'm grabbing the open D. Then you go to a G. And same thing, you're grabbing that open D. And that's some kind of an F thing, and I can't even tell you what the hell the chord would be on it. But it's there, the first fret on the first string and the B string, and then the second fret would be the A on the G string. And that's the one you catch on your open note. And then you catch the high E. I gotta start on here again. And it's the G, and you're playing the D on the B string. And you work your way up on that, catching the open G. And that's the E. I can't even remember how I go into that. I just am used to playing it, so hang on a second. Oh yeah, it's the open D string, and then you're going to a C. And you same thing, you're playing the root and the high note on the C, on the C on the B string. Now that's the intro. Now when we go into the verses, this is where you start singing. That's kind of repetitive. All it is you're taking a C chord and you're walking your way down with the bass. All I'm doing there is catching the C, and then I'm running the open G string, the open E string. Then when I get down to that A minor, the D string, the G string, and the E string. I can't read music, so I can't really tell you what all these are. I'm just winging it. And you work your way up from the A minor, you go to the D minor. I don't know if you could catch all that. Then you're basically doing a G, but you're working your way back up from it. with the G and then the B note of the G. My way down on this part, I'll play the first one. You do the C and just up the next two strings, and then when I drop down to that B, working your way down, then you skip the D string and do the G and B string. Now on the A minor, you're doing the A minor, catching the first two strings on the high, and then playing that offbeat root with the A. You catch the G with your pinky on the way down, then you're going to be doing the F. That's a full-on F bar chord. Then you do the G string and then double pluck the B and the A and the E. Same picking pattern with your right hand, you're just changing things to a G, open G down here. Same thing with the A minor. Same thing with the E minor. This one you're doing the F, E minor, and the D minor, you want to do the root, then the G string, and then come back down from the E. I believe on that one I'm not holding that D portion of that. I think you play the D minor, but I think I'm already moving to go catch the next jump, so you end up playing that open B string. Back to the G and then the B bass. You're working your way towards the C, and then the C you jump down. You're going to be playing, you're pulling two strings at a time. You got the root and then the C of the B string. When you work your way down here, you're going to go that, then it's the B and the D. Doing the same two strings, you're just changing your fingering on here, going there, 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 and then if you can, throw in an open string on that open G. You always have to throw that on there when you get to the A, down to the A minor. Now I'm gonna have to play this through so I can kind of remember where I'm at here. That I told you wrong. When you work down from the C, you're just going the B with the open B string, but I'm middle picking my index finger on that open G string. And then when you're playing the A minor, you catch the G with your pinky. Okay? Hopefully okay. You go to the D minor. Going to the G, open G, B, and then back to the C. Now this is at the ending of the verses before you go into the chorus. The first time you don't go do a chorus, you do a verse and then go back into a second verse. So you're going to end up on the C. I don't know if you can catch all that, but you're just doing you're doing the C root and then the G string and the B string. Travis pick your thumb up to do the E on the D string. And you drop back down to the G. And then you work from the G down to the F. And then you do the B and the open B string to work your way back to the C. When you come off the second verse, before you go into the chorus, instead of dropping back down to the G, you're going to come off of it like this. And it goes to a C seventh. And you go, now here's the chorus part. You're going to go into F. The chorus is primarily all just root, and then you're just picking the G string with your index finger and pulling the other two with your second and third fingers, the E and B strings. Here's where it gets tricky. We'll save that. I'm going to run through this a little bit slower. Up to that C, you just pick your way up the three higher strings. Okay, go to the C, then the D minor, and then the G. That little run step down from an F part in the chorus that really gets most people, because you're trying to sing at the same time. If you break this down, which a lot of Croce stuff, if you do it solo, you can do it. If you listen real close, so learn his bass lines first that he's running with his thumb, and then pick them out individually, and then pick out the high strings after you get the bass lines. It helps immensely on learning his stuff. But you're doing an F and it's like this. If I can remember it. I gotta work my way into it. Okay. 2 strings at a time. And all you're doing is, okay, that's pretty simple. That's all your root's doing. It's following it along with the high string. Most of it's just octaves. It goes to C, B, and then you want to catch the A and the A on the G string with your middle finger to set you up in position for your next one you have to do, which is the D minor. And a G. Every time, I'm not going to say every time, virtually every time you're going to play a G on this song, you're going to have to use it with this position with your pinky playing the high part, because there's a lot of times where it steps down to a G seventh, and that's the only way you can catch that transition, okay? second chorus. Then this is your final verse portion, just like the others. The ending, or the outro, I suppose, it goes from a C and then right down to an E minor. Okay. You're doing the root and then the high. You work your way up the high 3 strings. A minor. Okay, you play the G bass and pull off on the other one. But you have to play that G bass the first time. Okay, and then you're pulling from the C back down to the B. And it's kind of like the beginning. F chord thing. Anybody knows what that is, please feel free to poke it in at me there. I'm not sure. Then you play the G with the D on the top. Okay. You're seeing how I'm doing that? I'm hitting that open G every time. That's pretty much it. Okay, so if you have any questions or any parts that you're stumped on, please send me a little note and I'll see what I can do to work it out for you. Like I said, I don't read music. I know what the notes are, but as far as sight reading music, can't do it. But good luck with it. Remember, on Croce songs, pick out your root notes first. Just concentrate just on what his thumb is doing. After you get the root lines picked out, the bass lines picked out, then you can learn what the high strings are. You pretty much separate everything from what your thumb is doing on the bottom 3 strings and what the high stuff is on the upper 3 strings. It makes it a lot easier to pull parts out. Pick little bits from everything's Jim doing, and then add little touches once in a while so you can kind of cover what Maury's doing, because Maury did a lot of stuff in there. All right? Good luck. Thanks.